Thanks, Esther. It's significant indeed. Voting started today and it will go on through November 3rd. And probably most people here are voting. I ran into some enthusiastic supporters of both Trump and former Vice President Kamala Harris, who are all excited to cast their votes. But there are some key things that most of these people are talking about. Especially, we conducted a mini poll exit here, and most people are talking about the issues, specifically immigration, the inflation, but perhaps more importantly, they are talking about abortion rights. Most of the people that I talk to here think this is one of the reasons why they should come and vote strongly.
Paul, I recall in 2022, Washington, D.C. restored voting rights for its residents, allowing even non-citizens to vote in local elections. Does this also apply to the federal elections?
Absolutely not. You are correct by saying that the D.C. allowed non-citizens to vote, but it's just in local elections, not in the federal elections. So to qualify that, you want to say, for example, there are 500 registered non-U.S. citizens who are going to be voting in this election, but mainly in the local elections and not the federal elections. Federal elections, I mean the presidential elections, but they can vote for council members, council for anything else except in the federal election.
And I think we've heard about legal challenges here, Paul, raised by Republican lawmakers specifically regarding the voting rights of non-citizens in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. What kind of reactions are you hearing from there?
Mixed reactions. Obviously, when you talk to a lot of Democrats, this is one thing they've been fighting for, especially in places like Washington, D.C. It says it's a district without representation, meaning that they don't have a vote, but they are taxed. So when you talk to people who are close to that issue, they say they should allow non-citizens to vote. But when you talk to Republicans, this is something they're not going to tolerate. In fact, they have challenged this through the court system. The Senate is yet to even pass this bill into law. So there is a lot of contention when it comes to non-citizens being allowed to vote, and I can see this even going further to the Supreme Court, especially here in the district.